Cure core urban region economy with Hyderabad as the growth engine. The objective is to reduce urban congestion, pollution, and to create one of the world's best cities. PURE, pure peri-urban region economy between Outer Ring Road and Regional Ring Road. This will be a hub with focus on manufacturing sector. RARE, rare rural agriculture regional economy, the area beyond Regional Ring Road with a focus on agriculture, green economy and agri-based enterprises. Constructive steps are underway to implement this vision effectively. The government firmly believes that this policy will ensure balanced, equitable and sustainable development. Telangana Rising 2047 is a plan to radically transform the image of Telangana with the construction of the Gandhi Sarovar project at Bapu Ghat. Greenfield highways, dry ports, second phase metro rail, radial roads between the outer and regional ring roads, Warangal and Adilabad airports, Hyderabad, Nagpur, Hyderabad, Bangalore, and the Hyderabad-Vijayawada industrial corridors. This will make Telangana a key player in the country's progress by 2047. The state of Telangana has its own culture and traditions, and the government is keen to protect them. Telangana Talli Avatarana Dinotsavam is celebrated on December 9th every year. On 9 December 2025, Telangana Talli statues were inaugurated at district collectorates for the first time after formation of Telangana. Jaya Jaya He Telangana, written by late Andy Sri, was declared as the official state song. In the history of Telangana, for the first time, a cabinet meeting was conducted in the tribal village of Medaram. The government has accorded utmost importance to the biennial Medaram Tribal Mahajatra, sanctioning 251 crore rupees for the permanent infrastructure while respecting their customs, in contrast to the temporary arrangement made in the past. Over 2 crore devotees are expected to take part in the Jatra. Batukamba celebrations organized by state government last year have set Guinness World Record. The government accords the highest priority to the welfare of farmers. Round-the-clock quality power supply is being provided to the agricultural sector, and farm loans up to rupees 2 lakhs have been waived, involving an expenditure of 20,617 crore rupees, benefiting around 26 lakhs farmers. The Raiti Bharosa assistance was enhanced last year from 10,000 to 12,000 rupees per acre per annum, strengthening input support to cultivators. In addition, every grain produced by farmer is being procured along with a bonus of 500 rupees per quintal on fine variety paddy. During the current Kharif season, around 72 lakh metric tons of paddy were procured from 14.24 lakh farmers, with payments amounting to 17,080 crore rupees till date. A further 1,453 crore rupees was distributed as a bonus subsidy. Telangana has emerged as India's leading producer of paddy, supported by robust agricultural infrastructure. The state has also expanded its presence in international markets, exporting rice to countries such as the Philippines. For the first time, a farmer commission has been constituted to enhance farmers' economy and promote sustainable agricultural practices through modern technologies, soil health management, organic farming, and effective implementation of welfare schemes, thereby improving productivity and reducing indebtedness. The problem-ridden Dharani portal was replaced with the farmer-friendly Bhu Bharati Act. This initiative aimed to resolve long-standing land disputes. After a long gap, the government has successfully completed the recruitment of Group 1, Group 2, Group 3 and Group 4 categories through the Telangana Public Service Commission. 62,749 youth have been given jobs through Public Service Commission, Police Recruitment Board and other recruitment agencies till date. To provide employment in private sector, recently the government has initiated the Digital Employment Exchange of Telangana, DEET, to empower the youth by enhancing their employability at zero cost. A total of 1,22,337 job seekers were enrolled, 1,892 employers onboarded. The Young India Skill University was established by the government to impart employable skills among youth. Major reforms in school and higher education sectors are introduced. The government is setting up a Young India Sports University in the future city, which will be an integrated sports hub. The government has upgraded ITIs into advanced technology centers to skill youth in high demand sectors, bridging the gap between industry, academia, with training, scholarships and job support, aiming to make Telangana a global skill capital. The government firmly believes that the future of state is shaped in classrooms and has therefore undertaken several initiatives to strengthen government education system, enabling it to compete on par with private institutions. An education commission was appointed to formulate effective education policies. Mess charges were increased by 40% and cosmetic charges by 200% to improve facilities for students. Young India integrated residential schools, each in 25 acres, are being established to provide equal opportunities to students. Recently, a Young India Police Residential School is started for the children of police personnel. The government has been according top priority for the economic development and welfare of women with an aim to make 1 crore women as crorpatis, millionaires. Indira Mahila Shakti Mission policy was formulated and being implemented for the empowerment of women. Bank linkage to an extent of 40,000 crore rupees is provided to women to support the economic activities. The SHG federations have set up 236 Indira Mahila Shakti canteens and 2 SHG run petrol bunks in Narayanpet and Sangareddy stand as inspiring examples. The government is taking significant steps to encourage women entrepreneurs. As part of that, government has established Indira Mahila Shakti Bazaar adjacent to high-tech city for women entrepreneurs, consisting of 106 stalls, and also moving towards digital marketing and sales through open network digital commerce platforms, ONDC. Within 48 hours of its formation, our Praja Prabhutam introduced free bus travel, demonstrating the government's steadfast commitment to the welfare of women. Self-help group SHG women have become proud bus owners and lease their vehicles to the RTC. So far, women have availed around 267 crore passenger trips, resulting in savings of around 9,105 crore rupees. The government is supplying gas cylinder for rupees 500 only under Mahalakshmi scheme, benefiting about 42.90 lakh families. We have extended a subsidy of 753 crore rupees till date under this scheme. Under Gruha Jyoti scheme, the government has been providing 200 units of free power around 53 lakhs poor families. A subsidy of rupees 3,593 crore rupees is provided.